Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a Naruto what if on what if Naruto was trained from an early age. We start off the what if on a crisp, cool night in the village of Konoha. It's an average night, and Naruto by this time would usually be in his bed at home. He rarely goes outside when it's dark. But Naruto's 5 years old and he's about to go to in the academy. So he's like, I'm brave enough to stay out a little bit later. So he stays out and he was training with his kunai because Naruto wants to be the Hokage and a ninja so badly that even before the academy he tries to train his throwing skills and his body. So Naruto stays out, get a little bit more training in. So as Naruto starts to head back, he decides, well, let's cut through the red light district because it's most populated, less likely to get hurt, he thinks, and it's kind of bright. And also it's the closest way to his house. Well, Naruto will soon learn that going through the red light district at night is the worst possible time for the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. Naruto is running through the red light district, and he bumps into a drunkard. As he bumps into this drunkard, the drunkard starts giving Naruto a evil glare, more than the ones the villagers usually give him, as he tries to get away. But the villagers, the drunk people there are just aggressively trying to get Naruto. Naruto eventually gets out of the man's grasp, and he starts running, which forms a rather big mob of people chasing after him. Naruto runs deep into the forest of death to get away from them, which succeeds, since most of them were civilians, and some of them were old shinobi, but even they know that the Forest of Death is a death sentence. So they weren't too worried about going in after Naruto when they just believed that he'd just kill himself in there. But Naruto travels for a little bit. He notices that he comes across a small house there. It seems to be well lit up, actually. As he knocks on the door, a female voice comes out and he says, "Who's there?" Uh, well, they actually, yeah, they say who's there, and then they say 1 minute. They open the door and see Naruto. Um, the person is a tall, purple-haired woman with a trench coat and chainmail armor underneath. Um, they seem to look confused as they were expecting someone else, and they say, "Hey there, little one. Why are you out here so far from the village?" And Naruto begins to explain what happened and why he's there, and that he's getting a eerie feeling from the place. And of course, Anko, being the person that owns the place, offers Naruto to come in, knowing who Naruto is. Eventually, Naruto falls asleep on her couch and wakes up the next day. Excuse me. Anko then offers Naruto to stay at her house, and she offers to train Naruto, which he accepts gratefully. For about half a year, Naruto is rarely seen out of the Forest of Death, mostly due to training and just living there. The only times you see him out are when he goes to meet his Gigi, the fourth Hokage, and have some Ichiraku ramen with him. Other than that, Naruto is in the Forest of Death until Naruto's 6th birthday, where Hiruzen finds out where Naruto's been living. And Hiruzen's at first quite ticked off, but he eventually allows it. Um, but Naruto's birthday is actually bigger than any one he's had before. Anko got a couple of her friends to come over, them mostly being Jonin, being Kurenai, Yugato, um, and a few others that she knew that wouldn't like uh, attack Naruto. There was Hiruzen who was there. This being Naruto's biggest birthday party out of them all, he looks around and he's just thankful that they were all so many people were able to come until he noticed the pile of gifts and he starts bawling. Naruto starts crying and when everyone in the party starts to see what's wrong, he says, "It's just been so long since I've gotten any gifts from anyone on my birthday," and it just melts the heart of the people there. As Naruto begins to open the gifts, he finds a he finds he gets two presents from the third Hokage. One being a set of katanas. I blanked on the name. A set of katanas that seem to be. One is all the blade, the handle and the sheath of the katana is a blood red with black spots all over. The other being a deep blue with white spots all over. The blades just seem to call to Naruto. With the blades come a scroll with that is basically a training manual. The third Hokage tells Naruto that these belong to his mother. The third says, "I cannot tell you who your mother was, but she was a shinobi of great strength, and it would be dangerous for you to know if word would leak out." Naruto then tells the Hokage that he understands that shinobi have a tough life, but he then also states, though, "Soon I will be a shinobi," and that he would like that Hiruzen trust him sooner than later with knowledge about his parents before no one else can tell him. Hiruzen says, "Maybe when you become a Genin and pass the academy." Naruto shakes his head and says, "That works with me." As he opens the next thing, which is the next scroll from the next present from Hiruzen, which is a scroll again. This contains three jutsus on it. One being the 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 Shunshin, the Shadow Clone, and the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. The Hokage explains to Naruto that he knows that the normal clone jutsu in the academy will be hard for Naruto due to his immense amount of chakra from his Uzumaki bloodline. As Naruto looks at him and says, "Uzumaki bloodline?" Hiruzen begins to explain that Naruto is from a clan and that he's the last of it. From his mother's side, which the third tells him, "I cannot keep the secret that you are a Uzumaki due to the pact we had with Uzugagare. Before they were destroyed, they said that all Uzumaki in Konoha will know of their birth clan, no matter what. So I will not hide that fact from you, due to the pact. But I will keep the secret of your parents from you due to you are still a child and may or may not accidentally say something you're not supposed to." Which Naruto, he nods his head, clearly understanding the significance of it if it's being kept secret. Naruto looks at the other two jutsus and asks him, "What are these for?" And he says, "Your father was known for something quite similar to the Shunshin, so I figured giving you that would be beneficial for later. I cannot tell you anything else, though." Naruto nods, of course, and he then looks at the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu and he says, "What's this for?" And the Hokage says, "Well, this is very important. Just like the last one was kind of like for your father's thing, your father used this jutsu quite a lot for his main jutsu to work effectively." Naruto then says, "Nice," but Naruto then says, "Awesome," but Hiruzen says, "But that's not all it's good for. Cloning, making more shuriken is very useful in a tight situation when you have a limited amount of shuriken and kunai on the battlefield. Yes, it costs more chakra, but you can always recover chakra. You can't recover broken shuriken and kunai." Naruto says, seems to nod wisely at this. Um, and Anko is the next one to come up with three gifts, actually. One is a giant scroll, and she says it's a summoning contract. She says, "I want you to have it, sign it now, so so throughout the years we can slowly introduce you to the snakes and train you up." Uh, Hiruzen looks over to her and says, "I I was planning on having Jiraiya give him the toad." Uh, while Anko then says, "Well, I could care less. Do you see the toad around?" "No. Naruto has been raised by me for the last half a year. Naruto doesn't even know his actual godfather." Naruto, hearing this come out of Anko's mouth, freezes. And then the Hokage looks at Anko and says, that they'll be having a word about classified village secrets. Anko immediately shouts out that classified village secrets bullshit. The boy should know his godparents. Naruto holds his hand up and says, "It's fine." He looks at the Hokage and he says, "You will be telling me who they are. You might not be able to tell me who my parents are, but you can tell me who they are. I know they're alive now. I know I had them. So, you better start talking." But Naruto then says, "But at a later date. I still want to enjoy my birthday. Enough of this talk. Nothing else bad will happen today." As Naruto looks at Anko and he says he will sign the snake contract. So he easily signs the snake contract, and then Anko gives it back to the summoned snake that had appeared to take it back. Eventually, Naruto opens his second gift, which is a poison manual. It's a manual on all the poisons and their cures, and if no cures, just the poison themselves. Anko says that she's a poison master and would love to teach him in it, which Naruto is like iffy on it as of right now because he's still a kid. He thinks that he still wants all the flashy stuff instead of the practical stuff. But Naruto is a little bit smarter since Anko's been training him and like teaching him. He knows that he can't rely on all the cool stuff forever. So Naruto, he takes it in consideration, and later that night he will start to read it. But before that, it's his last present, which Naruto opens up and he finds a basic set of shuriken and kunai. Eventually it gets down to the three people that Anko brought over, being Kurenai, Yugito, and a random person. No. We'll say Hayate Gecko because that's Yugito's boyfriend. We'll say Hayate Gekka. So Hayate and Yugito give Naruto another like Kenjutsu style manual for his swords. Um, and Kurenai gives Naruto a basics on Genjutsu. It's showing how to dispel them, how to figure them out, how to make simple Genjutsu. Um, Naruto Naruto is happy about all this. He plays around, eats cake, and about a month later, the academy starts up. He he starts the academy, and after the academy is over, he goes back to the Forest of Death to train in all the subjects that he, all the other subjects. Naruto actually paying attention in class and trying his hardest, plus now knowing the Shadow Clone Jutsu, which covers for his lack of knowledge in the Clone Jutsu, allows Naruto to not just be middle of the pack, but like almost as good as Sasuke. Naruto is sitting top 2 in the class. Eventually, after a couple years of Naruto training in the Kenjutsu styles of his mother and in Hayate and Yugito's Kenjutsu, he pretty much is a master of the katana and can out he can definitely take on the seven swordsmen of the mist in Kenjutsu alone, due to his mother's fighting style being that badass. Although he would most likely be outpaced quite quickly due to his uh, small body and being young as of right now. But as of right now, he could go toe to toe with at least one seven swordsman of the mist and come out roughly uninjured. Although it's not something he likes to brag about, due to the fact that it's not really his own style that is doing it. It's merely his mother's. He knows that it's valuable to have a style that strong, but he also knows that he can't rely on it at all times. That is why Naruto uh, also learned the poison and Genjutsu. Naruto actually took a liking to the poison quite quickly when he realized how easy it was to do and how valuable it is. And there's so many different types of poison for so many different types of scenarios. He can coat it on his blades to give them even more damage, which is actually really strong for him. So Naruto also learned the three jutsus that Hiruzen gave him quite quickly. It was almost like natural born for that. As Naruto goes through the academy, though, he learns the substitution and henge to a master level. He knows that these are very valuable tools to have in his arsenal, so he masters them to the point where he doesn't need hand seals. He also masters the Shunshin, Shadow Clone, and Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu all to the same level, knowing that a good foundation is the best for a ninja. Naruto so far didn't learn any more jutsus, but mostly focused on mastering those jutsus and mastering his katana styles. Naruto has also done a couple chakra control training, like water walking and tree walking, due to Anko being well, a quite demanding teacher. But Naruto seems to enjoy it all, and he simply goes with the flow as he continues on with everything. Eventually, Naruto graduates the academy, and since Naruto's not dead last, it's going to be Kiba. So Kiba's placed on Sasuke and Sakura's team with Kakashi, while Naruto is actually placed on Hinata's and Shino's team. And this is actually what Kurenai wanted, due to the fact she's already knows of Naruto. She already wanted Naruto on her team, anyways. She practically begged for it, with also her begging for Hinata, since her and Hinata are close. Shino was added because she figured he's a good tracker. He has good stuff for tracking, and she can always train Naruto in tracking stuff. Plus, he's already taken after and learned some of her genjutsu stuff. Although, he seems to not be very well acquainted for it due to his immense chakra. Naruto seems to stick more to flashy stuff, but at the same time, not just flashy, but strong. Naruto doesn't seem the need for flashy things unless it's actually gonna do its job. Most of the time, you'll see Naruto just using a katana and a poison, since it's so useful. Naruto usually so as Naruto is training the week before team assignments after graduating, and Kurenai walks up to Naruto and tells him that he's going to be on her team, and Naruto is pretty excited, already knowing that who his sensei is going to be. And Kurenai asks Naruto, like, what would he want to train in, if, like, to train in. And Naruto looks up and he says, well, it would be smart to use my sensei to use my sensei's knowledge in genjutsu to grow my own. But at the same time, I don't feel well acquainted with it. It's not my style. He says, the genjutsu arts and poison is, but I need something more substance to my arsenal, other than just, well, the basics and genjutsu. It'll get me by, but having more always is better than having less. He says, the 7 swordsmen of the mist are the best swordsmen out there, and they use water, and a bunch of water style. So, being able to completely counter the strongest swordsman sounds pretty good to me. So, being able to use lightning and earth style would probably be beneficial to me quite greatly. Wind is that middle thing that doesn't really help in the matter. Lightning can travel through their own water style jutsu and hit them, or just make it worse for me. So it's not the best. It's more of a risky thing. Earth style is great because it just completely counters it. It's good defensively. It's good offensively. So Naruto then decides that he wants to learn quite a bit of Earth style and a little bit of lightning. So Kurenai says, well, when we officially become a team, I'll give you a chakra paper to test your affinity. it'll show you which is easier to learn for you, but you can still always learn every jutsu, every style. So she heads on out, and Naruto keeps practicing until the day of the Genin uh, team's assignment are going to happen. One by one, everyone goes until Naruto's called, and that's about half the room still left. So Naruto's up and at 'em. Although Sasuke, Sakura, and Kiba will be still waiting for their 3 hour late sensei, Kakashi. That still does not change. Kakashi is still late. Naruto and his team walk out of um, the school, the academy, and they go for a walk where Kurenai asks them about their likes, dislikes, dreams for the future, and all that. Where uh, Hinata says that her likes are kind, strong people who help others. Her dislikes are rapists, like drunks, perverts, basically the same as Kurenai's. While Kurenai's, I should have started with Kurenai because yeah, Kurenai says that her likes are genjutsus, books, reading, her friends. Um, Same as Hinata for dislikes. Um, Kurenai's dream is to settle down and have a family one day. Hinata's is to be able to remove the curse mark on the branch family of the Hyuga. And she's optimistic about it, but it's going to be a hard task for her, definitely. Shino stays stoic and he says, I like bugs. I despise people who don't like bugs. My dream is to have a lot of bugs. Naruto states that his likes are ramen, his team, his aunt, which he calls Anko, Aunt Anko, uh, and he also says his Gigi, which is obviously the Hokage. Naruto then says his dislikes are perverts, um, yelling, screaming, pink-haired banshees, which everyone gets the slight drift to insulting Sakura. And then he says his dream is to become the Hokage. Yes, Naruto does not like Sakura due to the fact Anko beat that shit out of him. Thank God. So Naruto, after a while of walking and just talking to get to know each other, Kurenai states that they're not officially a team yet, and the team still has to go through an orientation test to see if they're actually worthy of becoming Genin. See, the Genin exams at the academy were to whittle out the absolute no hope failures that cannot become shinobi, Kurenai said. Now, this test is to see if you're going to be strong enough and actually use what was taught there to actually become ninjas. Naruto nods his head, thinking that that's clearly the thing. That's clearly, obviously, a smart idea. And Kurenai states that go home, rest up, and tomorrow we'll be meeting at Training Ground 8. So they go to their respective houses and everything until, just checking this is still recording. Yes, it is. So They go to their respective training grounds and, well, homes. And Naruto gets in a bit more hours of training. So same with the others, and eventually the next day rolls around. Um, he Naruto casually walks into the training ground a little bit early, and he sees that his other three teammates are in there, and he rubs the back of his head like he does usually, and he stammers out about sorry about him being late. Kurenai looks at her watch and he says, "No, you're a little bit early actually. You're still good." And so they Kurenai begins to explain the test. The test is that uh, they have to touch her, and that uh, if the first two people to touch her become ninjas, well, the last one doesn't. Naruto looks over to Shino and then Hinata looking over to them, kind of confused actually. He looks over to Shino and eventually they all disappear into the forest as Kurenai says start. Um, while they're as as they're hiding in the bushes, Naruto uh, makes about 15 shadow clones to charge in at Kurenai to keep her busy. The shadow clones use a barrage of shadow shuriken jutsu and shunshin all over the place, plus the katanas. And Kurenai knows these are clones uh, and what Naruto's planning on doing. Um, but she's playing it. Uh, she's playing defensively instead of outright just attacking. She throws up a couple genjutsus here and there, but Naruto seems to bypass it quickly. Uh, Naruto reaches where Shino is, and he starts talking to him about the flaws in this. That there's no three-man team. It's always a group. It's always a group of four with three Genin, one Jonin. Shino gets the gist, and he puts a Kikichu bug onto Naruto, and he says, "This will allow me to track you in any genjutsu, or if tell the real one. We need to find Hinata." As Naruto makes about 50 more clones and sends them to attack Kurenai. Now Kurenai is a little she's already dealing with the 15 from before. She's taken out about 5, so it leaves her down with 10, and 50 more jump out of the forest. She's kind of ticked off at this point. She's been on the defensive trying to stop the clones. Now she needs to get serious. She she starts throwing them in genjutsus and taking them out one at a time. And by the time they're all gone, it's too late. Naruto and Shino have already gotten to Hinata, and they've already started to make a plan. Naruto gets the information of the last shadow clone, which he knows the ability of the shadow clone very well. Actually, he uses it most of the time to train his jutsus proficiently enough. That is why he was able to master all of the academy and the 3 jutsus that the Hokage gave him so proficiently, so he doesn't have to use hand signs. Naruto, with his team, he sends in another 5 clones, but this time he's also with them. So 6 Naruto start running out of the forest. Kurenai, thinking they're all shadow clones, starts to move in until Naruto, the real Naruto, pulls out his sword. The sword he pulls out is his blue one, and he calls out Uzumaki style, Whirlpool Slash, as he comes in close and he just cuts Kurenai in half. As he watches a log fall from the plate from where Kurenai was, and he turns around trying to slash at Kurenai again, he finds nothing there. he watches as the world starts to shift. But within that second, he feels the world turn back to normal as he's still facing the log. Naruto starts to turn to try and attack Kurenai, and Kurenai's eyes widen as he's not supposed to be out that soon. Her eyes uh, dip off into the distance to see uh, uh, Shino using his Kaikichu bug on Naruto to channel chakra so he can dispel the genjutsu for Naruto. Uh, Kurenai grins at this and jumps back as Naruto tries to cut her. Naruto, seeing her jump back, Naruto gets the most evil grin on his face, and Kurenai turns around really quickly to see what's going on, and in that second she realized she's in Hinata's striking range, and in a couple seconds Hinata uses 8 trigrams 64 palms, shutting down all of Kurenai's chakra, leaving Naruto and Shino run up while Kurenai is distracted and unable to use chakra. They both throw their hands out and touch Kurenai at the same time. Naruto laughs and says, "What now, sensei? We all three touched you, and me and Shino touched you at the same time. You can't get rid of us all." Kurenai laughs and says that they pass, not because they touched her, but because the teamwork they showed doing it. They all have a laugh, and eventually they all go back to their own. They go back to their houses to prepare for tomorrow's mission that Kurenai said. She said that they're going to do 1D rank every day, and then they're going to be training for about the rest of the day. So the next day, they take on catching Tora mission, which is the bane of all shinobi's existence. And they get some training in. During this day's training, Kurenai, she tests all their affinity. Naruto is a wind affinity, Hinata is a water affinity, and Shino is actually also a wind affinity, surprisingly. Kurenai says that she knows someone that can help them with their wind affinity if they want. Shino says that he's fine and he wants to stick more to his clan's jutsu anyways. He does say that he would like to take a interest in the art of genjutsu, since it would help him and his Kikichu bug stay alive much longer and be able to distract his enemies while in mid-combat to keep his team protected. So, Kurenai agrees wholeheartedly. Hinata says she's going to train in her gentle fist style, and she says asks Kurenai if she could get a scroll on basic water jutsu to learn. Kurenai hands her a basic water scroll, and also she hands both Shino and Hinata the basic chakra control training of tree walking and water walking. She doesn't hand it to Naruto because she knows Naruto already knows this. She hands Naruto on jutsus that he asked for, being the basics for Earth-style defense, basics for Earth-style offense, basic lightning offensives, and she also hands him wind-style, basic wind-style jutsus. Defense. So Naruto takes these scrolls, and the team for the next about a month train vigorously in their jutsus and their things. Naruto within this month learned lightning style. What's it called? Uh, I'm just gonna call it lightning style taser palm. He learns lightning style taser palm, which when it's basically a very weak version of Chidori. It cannot pierce skin, and it cannot kill. It's more of a stun jutsu. Um, he also learns earth style, earth wall, earth style, earthen barrier, earth style, earthen rampant for defensive jutsus. Um, earthen rampart. He Naruto learns also uh from the offensive. He learns earth style, earth bullet, uh, earth the he also learns earth style, earth drilling bullet, which is a earth bullet is a small clump of rocks from the ground, while earth style earthen drilling bullet is more of a giant clump of dirt that is spun at a rapid speed to drill through like barriers and stuff. He also learns earth's earth earth style raging fist, which basically conjures a giant hand from the ground to slam down onto his opponents. Naruto also from the wind style quickly mastered wind style Gale Palm. Naruto only learned these jutsus. Naruto learned all these jutsus and did not move on until he was able to master them fully. He completely mastered all of the Earth style defensive jutsus and offensive jutsus, and he's still working on the lightning style uh, taser palm, because it's for some reason lightning style comes really hard to Naruto. He he can get it down. It's just he still needs hand signs to do it. If he tries to do it without hand signs, sometimes it comes out messed up. Gale Palm was very easy. He mastered it quite quickly. He needs zero hand signs for it, just like his Earth style stuff. He just hasn't learned any more Wind style because he was mostly practicing his Wood style and Taser Palm. Uh, Wood style, Earth style, and Taser Palm. Um, Naruto and the team are called into the Hokage's office for a special mission. The Hokage tells them that Kakashi's team has taken on uh, a D rank turned A rank with the missing nin Zabuza Momochi uh, attacking them. He says that he needs to send a skilled tracking team to track them down and help them. He tells them, I know this mission is going to be dangerous and may cost your lives, but right now you're the only team I can send. Most of my Ambu are out. Most of the Jonin are too busy with their own specialties. The other Genin teams are not ready. He says you guys are our only option, and I feel like this would be a good time to get some experience for your team. He says to Kurenai. They readily accept the mission, knowing the risk and everything. And they set off for the Land of Waves. Eventually, after about a day and a half of travel, they reach Tazuna's house, and they are exhausted. Unlike where Kakashi and his team were slow, taking their time, walking with Tazuna, these guys had to speed blitz over here. So they rest for the night, and the next day, uh, they take on guarding Tazuna since Kakashi is still resting. Um, Sasuke seems to be upset that they had a call back for reinforcements, especially since his rival Naruto is here. Sasuke doesn't hate Naruto, but he doesn't outwardly care about him either. Sasuke seems to keep to himself and everything. Eventually, a few days have passed, and the incident with Inari saying that why are you even all trying? You're all gonna die. Does happen. Naruto looks at Inari and grabs his shoulder. He says, "Come with me. Let's go for a walk. I have something to show you and tell you. Trust me, this will not be a waste of your time." Inari, being skeptical, but still going with it, since Naruto really wasn't giving him an option. Naruto was literally squeezing his shoulder and literally already dragging him, with the most evil, sinister grin on his face that he clearly must have learned from Anko. So Inari walks with Naruto, not by choice, but because he has to. And Naruto explains to him that there's people out there with much worse situations. He tells Inari about what happened to Sasuke, and then he tells them about what happened to him. He then says, "But there's always a fine line. In my case, eventually I met my aunt, my adopted aunt, who took me in and helped me. Sasuke, he at although everything was stripped away from him, he still continues. He still pushes forward. He doesn't complain about how life's unfair. He pushes past it and keeps moving forward." Naruto then states, "Look at this. Look at it this way, Nari. Your father might be gone. Your adopted stepfather might have been killed by Gato. But you have your grandfather and your mother. And now you have 8 trained ninjas to help protect you guys and to stop the guy that has caused you so much pain. So, so don't look so down. There's always the silver lining." And Inari takes this to heart, and blah 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 blah. Inari becomes Inari, calm, collected bullshit. Background character. Naruto sends Inari back, and he stays out into the forest. He goes back out to the forest to train up a little bit. He needs to work on his lightning style a little bit. And he's training. He burns quite a bit of the trees around him with it, testing it. Eventually Naruto just passes out in the forest. He does this quite often, actually, since he lives in the Forest of Death. And most of the creatures in the Forest of Death tend to leave Naruto alone, since, well, he's always around Anko, the literal motherfucker that lives in there just for fucking fun. Those beasts are terrified of her ass. Naruto lives there too, and I guarantee you he's fought a fucking couple. So most of the beasts there don't tend to mind him. Not like they would either way with the QB sealed inside of him. It's a natural deterrent for all wildlife. That is also why Naruto is mostly safe during his sleep out in normal forests. The wildlife stiff the clearest far away from him. Eventually, Naruto's woken up to someone shaking him awake. Naruto opens his eyes and sees who we all know as Haku. They talk and they go their own separate ways. And eventually, a couple days later, the group are going to the bridge with Tazuna to guard him during the finishing up of the bridge. It's been about a week since Zabuza's and Kakashi's last fight. Naruto, knowing that Gato's a sneaky bastard, has 50 shadow clones guarding the house. The rest of the team calls it overkill. Naruto calls it precaution. Although, in the grand scheme of things, it is 100% overkill. Since about 12 minutes after Naruto and the team arrive at the bridge, two thugs show up and are quickly killed, because Naruto don't play that shit. He killed them quickly. And, yeah. Just like that. Ta-da! But as they are sitting on the bridge and Naruto gets this information, they start seeing mist rolling. Kakashi says that he'll handle Zabuza, the rest of them can take on the, and Kurenai can take on the apprentice, while the rest of us guard Tazuna. Naruto yells at Kakashi and says, "Fuck that." He pulls out his two katanas and he says, "I'm fighting Zabuza. This is the one shot I get to fight a seven swordsman of the mist. I'm taking it." Naruto charges forward and starts attacking Zabuza. And Zabuza's eyes are just bloodshot, wide-eyed open, terrified as it is. Zabuza's watching a Genin with holding the sword, the two swords of the Red Death, the Red Hot Habanero. The mother that went toe-to-toe with seven swordsmen of the mist, killing 3 of them. He's being pushed to a stalemate as it is, with just against a kid. And Zabuza's looking for a way out of this already. Haku and Kurenai's fight is actually not as one-sided as most people would think. Thinking, well, either Haku would be just dominating it with her ice mirrors, or Kurenai with her genjutsu. But it seems actually quite balanced. Kurenai can't get a genjutsu off for too long because Haku dispels it too quickly. Haku can't really get any attacks in her ice dome because she's putting genjutsus so often. It's basically a stalemate. Same with Naruto and Zabuza. Although Zabuza was shocked at first about a kid being able to use this and was being pushed back, eventually Zabuza's regaining his composure and actually focusing in on the battle, which it still leads to a stalemate. Although Zabuza is much stronger, Naruto's finesse with his style and how he easily switches between the his mother's style and blanking on their names, Genma and Genma's the coughing guy, I think. Hayate and Kurenai, Yuhi, Kurenai, Yuhi, Anko Mitarashi, and Yugito? No, I swear that's it's. Oh, there's so many fucking people to remember. Yugito is the cat. Is the cat freaking Jinchuriki? Oh, is it though? Yugito ni. Yeah, that's. Who am I thinking of? It's the purple Ambu. It's the purple haired Ambu that's dating Hayate. I cannot remember her name right now. Uh, he effortlessly switches between the two styles, which is throwing Zabuza off. He's fought the one style he's fought both styles before, in passing because the what the Hayate's is actually just a very common Jonin slash Ambu trained katana style. And he's also fought against Kushina's. But having the two interchanged is a bit a bit difficult for Zabuza to predict its next attack. Although Zabuza is keeping his ground because of his sheer strength and determination, it's still putting a bit on the thing. Kakashi, seeing this, decides to jump over to Naruto's and Zabuza's battle to give Naruto a little bit of help. Uh, with Kakashi's... Oh, if this wasn't a Nuzlocke. Oh, if this wasn't a Nuzlocke. Naruto basically, Naruto, he accepts Kakashi's help quite graciously. Kakashi taking a step back approach. Him not having to open his Sharingan due to the fact Naruto's keeping Zabuza's busy. Kakashi's able to throw more jutsus out, and Kakashi's doing heavy damage to Zabuza now, with the massive amount of jutsus coming from all around him due to Kakashi using Zabuza's own fog against him. Because Kakashi can tell where they're at due to the clanging of metal and the sparks, while Zabuza cannot find Kakashi due to the fact he's moving so much and hitting him with so many jutsus. Although Kakashi has caught Naruto with a couple due to Zabuza precisely moving or Naruto just not seeing it coming. But eventually, they whittle down Zabuza enough for Kakashi to summon his hounds and lock him up. On the other side of the battlefield is where it's actually getting a bit difficult. After a while, Kurenai is losing, has lost a lot of chakra, and isn't able to do so many genjutsus, and now she has to time them perfectly. While Haku is actually gaining speed, she's able to throw more Senbon at Kurenai, making Kurenai a lot more weaker. Eventually, Hinata sees what's going on, and she looks over to Sasuke and Shino. She grabs the three of them around and starts making up a plan. She says that Shino can go in there and get the Kakichu bugs, like blocking her view, taking a couple Senbon, and trying to drain her chakra even if while she's outside the mirror. And she says to Sasuke that, Sasuke, you can help us try and predict her next attack and with your Sharingan. And she says, I can also try and I can also tell which mirror she's actually in. And they just start making a plan using their strength. And eventually they get to the ice mirror, and on the outside,